Peace and love. What's good? How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of 60 Days of History with Zaza Ali. This is day two, and today we will be featuring Queen Amanishakheto, warrior queen, ancient, powerful queen from ancient Nubia. I said ancient twice, my bad. But this is a feature, one of the stories, one of the historical figures that is featured in Ancient People, a social studies and history textbook. And I'm going to be, for the next 58 days, started out with 60, now it's 58, featuring and spotlighting some of the figures from the book. And so we're going to start out with Queen Amanishakheto. In Kush, a number of women had the title Kentucky or Kandaki. This title means Queen Mother and was recorded in Roman sources as Candace. The Roman conquest of Egypt in 30 BCE brought on new challenges to Kush. Augustus Caesar threatened an invasion following his Egyptian campaign. According to Strabo, a famous geographer, sometime between 29 and 24 BCE, the conflict with Kush began. Kandaki Amanishakheto, who ruled from 10 to 1 BCE, had a palace at Wad Banaka. It had columned walls. I don't know why I keep stuttering. It's like, you guys, I don't know. I never get nervous when I do videos. Okay, so, and I never get nervous when I read. There's something about this. I got to get into the flow. This is a little bit different for me. And particularly the names and sort of being nervous about mispronouncing the names and, things that I'm not normally used to saying. But it's a challenge. It's all good. That's the reason for the book. Um, it had column halls, corridors, and long, narrow rooms. It had at least two stories with the palatial apartments on the upper floor. From her pyramid, treasures were found made of silver, gold, gemstones, wood, and copper alloy. Amongst the most spectacular of these treasures was a golden armlet and also a ring. Both were made of gold and inlaid glass. And you can see the image at the top left of your screen. That is a sandstone stele showing Queen Amanishakheto of Meroe from the Kingdom of Kush in what is now Sudan, dating from the 1st century BCE and found at the Temple of Amun in Naka. This photo was taken when the stele was on loan in Munich at the Stadtschloss Museum. Imagine our historical figures and representations being on loan to us from somebody else. Okay, but I digress. Originally from the Khartoum National Museum in Sudan. And then on the right hand side is a drawing of Amanishaketo's pyramid as seen in 1821 by Frederick Colliob after Ferlini toppled the structure in search for her treasure. And you can see the size of the men at the bottom, the men and the camels, just to get some proximity of how large these structures were. Pardon me, I have to shift my book situation around here. During her reign, Amanishakheto is believed to have overseen the building of many of the pyramids of the Wad Ban Naka site that served as the seat of the Kushite and Nubian kingdom. Remains of her palace still exist as at the site as well. Her palace was adorned with gold, tall pillars, hieroglyphs, and had about 40 rooms. There are an estimated 12 pyramids on the site. In 1834, Italian treasure hunter Giuseppe Ferlini came upon Meroe in search of rare treasures. In his time as a treasure hunter, he destroyed an estimated 40 pyramids and thousands of years of valuable African history. Unfortunately, he destroyed the top of her pyramid that served as the tomb of Amanishakheto. The treasures he found are now located in various museums, including the Egyptian Museum of Berlin. And as you can see on your screen, we have been flossing and explain in high levels of swag and of culture and of regalness for a very long time now. Amanishakheto was the ruler of a wealthy kingdom that produced the majority of the gold in ancient Egypt, previously known as Kemet. Inside of her tomb, the warrior queen had a variety of gold bracelets, rings, necklaces, and crowns that were stolen by treasure hunters, some of which were recovered, and later preserved in museums. And let's just take a second to marvel at the beauty and the exquisiteness of these beautiful jewelry and representations of gold and representations of culture. You can see the Ma'at winged goddess on several of these images. You can also see Amanishakheto in the bottom image of both of those rings, her and one of her confidants, I'm assuming, or maybe a priest or a priestess. But just a representation of the beauty and the jewelry display and that monarchy, that kingdom, that queendom, that royalty. We've been doing this for a very long time. And with that being said, thank you so much for your time and attention. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of 60 Days of History with Zaza Ali. I'm not going to be nervous the whole time. I promise you guys. I'm going to get the hang of this. I don't even know why I'm nervous. But with that said, Ancient People is a social studies and history textbook, 349 pages, full color. Uh, Ancient cultures, and since we cover Hawaii's last monarchy and Queen Lulu Ukulani, the Moors in Spain, the Kandakis of Ethiopia and Kush, the African presence in Asia, and Pharaoh Hatshepsut and the 18th dynasty. You can get information about the book in the description, or you can go to my website, zazaali.com. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Peace and love.